Hi there. It is at the end of winter and into spring here. At least that's what my garden tells me and not what the calendar says. Um, we often think of everything having this growth in spring and that winter is pretty much a dead period in the garden, but actually it's not true at all. Because our winters are not very harsh here, so we can actually grow quite a lot of things. And one of the vegetables that grows really well through winter, through a mild winter anyway, is actually cauliflower, which is just right behind me. So we're gonna have a look at this now, okay? So take a look at this. That's a beautiful head of cauliflower. So this is a mini cauliflower that I started growing around April of this year. So it's had a good 4 months of growing, and it's ready for harvesting. So we'll go and harvest this and talk a little bit more about growing cauliflowers. So before I harvest the cauliflower, I wanted to show a few things. The first thing that is really obvious is that a lot of the leaves are actually very nice. They are not eaten by any bugs at all. That's because the cauliflower grows over the cool season, and when it's actually cool, there are very few bugs around. A lot of them have gone into dormancy, so the leaves are all unaffected. The second thing is the amount of space that the plant takes up. So you can see that that's all the space that it actually takes up. So not a lot at all, but that's only because this is a mini cauliflower variety. But when we say that it's mini, it's actually not that mini. So I'm going to put my hand against the cauliflower itself. As you can see, it actually fits into my hand very nicely, and it is just perfect for a 2, 3 or even 4-person meal. And I suppose that depends on how much you eat and how much you like it. But I often find that it's actually easily would feed 3 to 4 people with the dishes that I cook. So we're now going to go ahead and harvest this. So what we do usually is that we have to cut it at, just where that hit, just right there, and so that the whole head comes off, and it has to be a clean cut. Okay, so I've just adjusted the video so that I can actually show you where my secateur goes in, and just cut off that head. And as you can hear, that it just coming off now, and we can see that that's already cut halfway, and it's just a case of actually cut more of it. And there you go, that's come off now. There you go, beautiful head of cauliflower. And these leaves don't go to waste. I will chop these up and feed it to my chickens, which love these cabbage leaves, or rather brassica leaves I should say. So it has 2 purposes. So yeah, if you have chickens, don't throw away the leaves. They would love that. So you can see that I've got my cauliflower here, and it's quite big. And I was saying earlier how it takes about 4 months for the plant to actually grow to maturity. And I sowed it around the middle of autumn, and then took about 10 days to germinate, and then after that I transplanted the seedling into a prepared bed where I had some compost, some manure and some blood and bone, and that was really pretty much it. And I left it to grow on its own. Obviously need a lot of water, but as long as the soil is moist, then it's pretty much all right. I would highly encourage you to grow it. I mean, it takes a long time, but as you can see, if you grow the mini variety type, it's not, it doesn't take up a lot of space in the veggie patch, and you know, it's tasty. It's a good vegetable to have, and you know, you get very few bugs in the cooler time of the year. So give it a go. I don't know you know, what I'm gonna do with the cauliflower yet, but usually, you know, we just put it in the oven so that it's actually roasted a little bit with a bit of olive oil and salt and pepper, and that's it. It goes really well with other roasted vegetables, or if you're a meat eater, it also goes really well with them, with some roasted meat. So yeah, give it a go. So in the end, I decided to do a stir fry of the cauliflower with some garlic, some dried chilies, and just some oyster sauce. Very simple, very quick, all done within 5 minutes. If you have ever seen some of the stir fried dishes I've done, yeah, you'll know what to do. So give it a go.